Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. I do want to say that last evening's show was definitely one of the highest-rated live broadcasts conducted here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. And whether it was a bunch of liberal longhairs who have been threatening me via email that they were going to, email and tweet and social network all their little minions, and lo and behold, they're going to bombard my chat room, bombard my show, and try to overtake it with nothing but liberal and feminist muff-diving propaganda. Or whether it's yours truly is actually penetrating the psyche, penetrating the mental capacity of the simplistic American people that have fallen in love with the liberalism and feminist propaganda, and they're actually listening into the True Conservative Radio program in hopes of grasping some true political substance. If it is the latter, I really do appreciate it, folks. And if it's the previous, well, you liberal long hairs can go save a whale or something, because I'm not going to stop talking. I am not going to stop practicing my constitutionally protected First Amendment right. And for all you milky lickers out there who are dead set on agitating the show, trying to provide some sort of, agitation, some type of provocative, perpetrating bull crap, you can shove it up your used-up cornhole. Do you understand that? Shove it up your used-up cornhole, you fruity bastards. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with the program, folks. I want to get on to the program because in the beginning of the description, I'm saying some pretty hateful things about some people in the other part of the globe, and I'm talking about these ass clowns in Iran. Now, first and foremost, I want to say that I have some great optimistic views about the country of Iran. I think it's rather disgusting that here in America, we're just such ungrateful, gluttonous, fat jelly-ass, shoving food down their gullets like damn garbage disposal idiots. And we're taking for granted every freedom and all the benefits, all the luxuries, all the things that we take for granted. All the freedoms, the freedom of speech, the freedom to go out in your dirty, crustated underwear at 5:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning, whatever the case might be, to go get yourself a damn cheeseburger. A double artery-clogging double cheeseburger. I mean, just these simplistic freedoms. We take them so much for granted. Here in Iran, they have been dictated to by an authoritarian theocracy. What that means is the Islamic Revolution that overtook the country of Iran in the late 70s, early 80s, these individuals implemented a social structure, a bureaucratic government system that is based upon laws that are religious in nature. And, of course, when we talk about religion, we're talking about the Quran. So that's exactly what they have implemented out there in Iran. Some sort of, quasi-theocratic, bureaucratic nonsense. Now, what's happening here in the present-day society in Iran is they are witnessing the transition of the old vanguard, of that old, ridiculous Islamic Revolution malarkey. And they are witnessing the young of Iran, which inspire me, folks. Let me tell you, the Iranian young right now are inspiring me. The spirit of freedom lives within them. It's just, I'm envious of Iran right now. And the reason I bring up Iran, folks, is because I do have contacts with the resistance within Iran, and those people have to disconnect their connections or their correspondence with me because Iran is cracking down like holy hell on its own people. They're running all kinds of word scans on ISPs all over Iran, everywhere. Yeah, that's right. They're trying to listen into people's phone conversations. They're trying to tap into whatever group that's resisting the Ayatollah and the bureaucratic regime that's in Iran currently. You understand that? I mean, they are at all costs. I mean, we've been talking about all the crackdown that they've been doing on the people. When they resisted this Ahmadinejad ridiculous showcase of an election, they went out there and protested. And let me tell you something, folks. In Iran, they have no guns. All right, there's no freedom of bear arms out there like we have. We have the right to bear arms, and you people are ungrateful for that. Our Second Amendment. You idiots are actually convinced by the liberals that we should take away our Second Amendment rights. But we'll get to that in a second. In Iran, there is no guns. There's no weapons out there. So when these people go out there and protest against this theocratic regime, they are protesting with nothing more than their bodies, folks. When nothing more than their bodies as shields against the onslaught of authoritarian and totalitarian oppression. And what makes me disgustingly ill is when this Ahmadinejad election finally was unearthed for what it was, and it was an absolute fraud. I mean, we all know it was a fraud. We all know that the president in Iran is nothing more than a figurehead. The president of Iran has no power, for all you ass clowns that insist that this boogeyman, Ahmadinejad, actually has a pair of nuts or something, and that he can swing them left or right, and lo and behold, he has the ability to go to war or to do certain things. He has no power. He is a figurehead. The Ayatollah. That's right, I'm talking about the Ayatollah. That's the bastard with the power. And how does he manipulate this bureaucratic system in Iran? With theocracy, with an interpretation of the Quran, with a warped interpretation of the Quran. And the Islamic Revolution and the bureaucratic system that has survived beyond the birth of the Islamic Revolution, these people have utilized these blatant hypocrisies, these blatant hypocrisies against the Quran to oppress its own people. You understand that? To oppress its own people. And now, the people are starting to rise up. Now, why are the people starting to rise up, folks? I've said this in previous programs. Iran has been through so many just devastating and butcherous wars that have slaughtered just hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of their population for ridiculous purposes because, the Islamic Revolution said you had to go and do this. You had to go to war with Iran, or excuse me, you had to go to war with Iraq. You had to go to war with these people. And do you understand that for every one person over the age of 25, there are 5 people under the age of 25 in Iran? It's a young population, folks. Believe me, I correspond with the resistance out there, and you should feel the spirit in their emails. I mean, and when I talk to them over the Skype connections and other voice chat capabilities, I mean, these individuals are articulate, they're smart, they're educated, they're unbelievably more advanced than the American people, and it's a shame, man. It's a shame that I'm looking to Iran for some kind of patriotic spirit of freedom, some kind of glimpse of hope about freedom remaining alive in this, communistic world that we seem to be kind of transitioning into right before our eyes while everybody's just playing with their nutsack. And I just think it's sick. So I'm going to dedicate this first part of this program to all the Iranians out there in Iran, all the Iranian resistance, and they are listening, folks. I guarantee it. They are listening to this broadcast, whether it's live or on a podcast. They are listening because that's how I got a hold of them. That's how they got a hold of me. They got a hold of me because somewhere along the way, somebody in Iran decided to do some kind of a search, decided to surf the web, scour the web for some kind of an information. And, of course, yours truly doesn't just stick to the American domestic political situations and social situations. I also delve into the international community because it's very important to America's national security to understand what's going on in the world. And some of these Iranians got a hold of the podcast where I talk some fervor for the people in Iran because I care about people that care about freedom. I'm down with anybody who's down with freedom. And that's what the resistance in Iran wants, folks. They don't want theocratic rule. And as the title goes, death to Ahmadinejad, death to the Ayatollah. And I'm right there with the resistance. Death to both you pricks. Let me tell you something. If you happen to be listening to me, Ahmadinejad or Ayatollah, let me be the first one to personally tell you that you are sitting there as a hypocrite. Instead of giving the people the freedom that they deserve after your ridiculous theocratic rule, you're sitting there and cracking down on them. You're mowing them down like they're dogs. You're killing them. And they have no weapons, you stupid, power-hungry theocrat. You idiots. And you know what? The people keep protesting. You know that? The Iranian people, they keep going out there. They keep protesting. They keep going underground. They keep spreading the spirit of death to the Ayatollah and death to Ahmadinejad. It's out there. It's running like wildfire, folks. I know it, and I feel it from over here. And I'm here in Texas, in the United States of America, and I can feel the patriotism of freedom in Iran. So this show's dedicated to all the Iranians out there that are going to fight. Keep fighting! Keep fighting! Because let me tell you what your government is doing right now, for all the Iranians listening in. What your government is doing right now is they are trying to provoke the international community, whether it be the United States, the United Kingdom, anybody who will take the bait. They are trying to goat a country into provoking some sort of a military confrontation with them. Now, why would Ahmadinejad and the Ayatollah be trying to induce war by, according to reports today, being defiant and saying they're going to continue to manufacture uranium? I mean, these Iranians are actually this defiant. They're this defiant. They're going to continue to enrich uranium. They're going to continue to defy the UN. They captured, a couple of UK rich pricks in a yacht somewhere, and they got them held captive. They're threatening to torture these people or some crap. I mean, they're trying to do whatever it takes to provoke the international community to a military conflict with Iran. Now, why are they doing that? Because they know that's what motivates a people. They know that if they go into war, that will motivate all those that are remaining quiet amidst all those that are rising up against the oppression of their own domestic masters. That will motivate the people. Instead of going against the Ayatollah and Ahmadinejad, the people will stand with Ahmadinejad. They will stand with the Ayatollah against the supposed oppressors, the supposed infidels that are coming into Iran to invade the country. And any invasion and any military conflict with Iran will only be throwing fuel on the fire. Let me repeat that again so all you idiots can understand how serious this Iranian situation is to our national security here in America. If there's any kind of an invasion of Iran by Western troops, Western military, Western international institutions, whatever, that is going to just throw fuel on the fire of the Islamic jihadist fervor. I mean, that is just going to only underscore the jihadist substance that they're feeding to the people within the Islamic community. All these bin Ladens, all these Islamic revolutionaries, these fanatics that are trying to use theocracy to motivate a whole population of people to go against human progress. Because that's what fascist Islamic fanatics, that's what they're doing. They're going against human progress, and that's not what the resistance in Iran wants, nor is the resistance that I speak to in Iran want to prop up some sort of makeshift new theocracy. They want what we have. I talk to them on a consistent basis. They want what we have. Oh, man, I find it disgusting. I mean, I almost want to cry. I almost want to cry because we've got Iranian people who understand that freedom is the way to go. Freedom is the way to go, and they don't want to be oppressed by some theocratic nonsense that is blatantly hypocritical, that has been beyond contradicted. They don't want to be a part of Ahmadinejad and the Ayatollah. And they don't care. They do not care if they don't have any guns or don't have any weapons. I mean, they're willing to die for their future generations. Because you have to remember, folks, these young people, this resistance in Iran, they've been through some turmoil and a half. They've seen their aunts, their uncles, their mothers, their fathers die in horrific wars that was directed by this Islamic revolution. They have practically raised themselves, and they have seen how the international community has looked upon them, and they have seen the blatant contradictions within what is being fed to them by the government and what is being absorbed out here through the mainstream medias and other media outlets on the internet. They understand. These people are very smart in Iran. Good God. Iran. I mean, freaking Iran! Iran has a more patriotic freedom spirit. They're willing to put their lives on the line out there without any kind of fight back. I mean, this doctor that died November 10th, and for all you folks that aren't familiar with this doctor, he was one of the main whistleblowers that basically exposed to the world that the Ayatollah and Ahmadinejad and this apparatus was just killing thousands of people. Just killing thousands of people. I mean, just because they're protesting, because they're out there with signs, they're out there trying to say, we don't want to try to, continue this hypocritical and contradictory theocratic system. We don't want to do it anymore. Believe it or not, the people in Iran, they want what America has. They want the free market system. They want freedom of speech. Whenever they hear me speak out there in Iran, they get motivated. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, folks, but I talk to these people, and of course we have to disconnect our correspondence because I jeopardize the security of those folks that I speak with, so I can no longer talk to them. But I know that they're listening to me when I do this broadcast. And the reason they listen is because they cannot believe that someone like me can talk against my government and nothing can happen to me. And you want to know why? Because we still have the freedom of speech, you dumb ass clowns. We still have the freedom of speech in this country. And I'm going to continue to practice my constitutionally protected right until I can no longer breathe on this earth. Let me tell you, I can't believe that in Iran, the Iranian people, people that have been oppressed, and been driven and just brainwashed into believing some theocratic notion of life, that they somehow broke through that sphere of spiritualism. They broke through the bondage of authoritarian spiritualism into the other side of rational thinking. I mean, that's why I envy Iran at this point. Even though they're going to go through some precarious times, there's going to be some rough times ahead for Iranian. But let me tell you something, for the people of Iran, for all the struggles that lie ahead, it's for the best of your country and for the future of your people. You can no longer have a theocratic, contradictory, hypocritical, bureaucratic system dictating what you do, what you say. The Ayatollah is living large. He's not some peasant. Ahmadinejad is no peasant, even though he tries to give himself some sort of a pious background. These individuals are bureaucrats no different than the bureaucrats we have here in America. The only difference is that these people use terror, they use death, they use destruction, and they use religion to manipulate a whole masses of people. And in my opinion, that is just something that should be overthrown. And according to the resistance, even though the Iranian government is cracking down on the supposed resistance, they're cracking down even though they're not getting anybody truly important. I think that you failed at this point there, Iran. And you can try to provoke the international community into some sort of direct conflict, but in the end, your people will not fight. Your people will not fight for you. You want to know why? Because you're hypocrites. You don't care about the people you rule, and the people you rule are starting to realize that. They realized that when you sent their mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles to die in wars that were dictated by you by mere ego. Not by the national security of Iran, by ego. And now it's all starting to come about, and what are these people doing? They're acting like complete bureaucrats. They're killing people, they're massacring people, they're shutting people down. This doctor that came out with the Iranian torture whistleblower, Dr. Abbas, the doctor was Ramin Ramin Parandarjani. He died mysteriously November 10th of mysterious circumstances, and lo and behold, after further tests and further review, somebody put some crap in his damn salad and ended up, blowing up this guy's heart. Ended up, putting some, kind of voodoo crap in his salad or something. These damn biochemists, these freak shows that can, literally make some kind of horrific disease out of powder or something. Well, he was assassinated. Then we talked about how the Nobel Peace Prize winner, that human rights lawyer, I forgot the lady's name, she got stripped of her little Nobel Peace Prize and put on house arrest because, she's not really for the Ayatollah and Ahmadinejad's agenda. And, of course, the Ayatollah and Ahmadinejad's agenda is nothing more than oppression. So keep on, Iranian people. Do not let anything stop you. Overthrow this ridiculous, theocratic, hypocritical government, because they are hypocrites. They do not live what they preach. And those that are hypocrites must be either made non-hypocrites anymore by their own accord or taken down from their hypocritical oath. We're going to take a call here, 646-652-4869. We got the 435 area code. You're on the air.
Good evening, Ghost. This is Thundercracker.
How's it going, Thunder?
I'm pretty good.
So what do you think about this Iran situation?
Oh, my heart goes out to the Iranian people,
I mean, isn't it a shame, though, that a person like myself who's trying to conjure up the spirit of patriotism here in America while everybody's just sitting back being gluttons, that we have people in Iran who have just been bombarded with torture. I mean, these young people have not been raised by their families. I mean, this is what's motivating their spirit of freedom, their spirit of peace, their spirit of free markets, their spirit of free speech, freedom of expression. I don't know what else to say. I literally want to cry right now. I literally want to cry that the people in Iran care more about freedom, and these people were our enemies. Remember this?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they have a legitimate resistance that's being overlooked, that's not being funded in any regard. Anyway, Thunder, I just think it's sick that, the American people are more worried about the latest gerbil up the ass having fruit bowl Adam Lambert, American Idol-esque jerk-off than they are worried about their own freedom and their own liberties. Our economy is being flushed down the proverbial toilet, and what are these people doing? They're camping out in front of damn Best Buy so they can get Chinese goods, for heaven's sake. Anyway, go ahead.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's your show. You're fine. You're just telling us how you feel. And I agree with you. If the Iranian people are listening to, keep up the freedom fight.
That's right, Thunder. I mean, we got to continue to inspire freedom. I mean, true freedom, not this warped idea that all I got to do is just sit on my fat ass and, you know, do some drugs and, you know, become a life loser and I'll have the government take care of me like these assholes in America. We need people that are going to take the initiative, that are going to step forth, that are going to live for something higher than their own materialistic, gluttonous selves and start thinking about their future like those people in Iran. And my heart goes out to the people in Iran. And I know that there's people in the chat room, you know, flapping their fat sausages of fingers on the keyboard wondering why I'm going all out about Iran. But, I mean, you have to understand, right, Thunder? I mean, these people want freedom. They want freedom, and their government is trying to provoke an international conflict so that the government can motivate the people to come together. You know, because war always brings people together. Isn't that right there?
It is so true.
It's really unfortunate. Anyway, what do you have to say there, Thunder?
Well, like I said, you know, my heart goes out to the Iran people, you know, and it's not just them. You know, you got the Burmese people and all them. They're also under bondage.
Absolutely.
You know,
man, there are so many people out here, but remember, you know, they have to have a kindled spirit. They have to have something that has been ignited within the community for them to have a legitimate chance at overthrowing the bureaucratic systems and actually having you know, some sort of plan in place after the old bureaucratic systems are taken over. That's the most unfortunate part about it.
well, you know, I hope Iran ends up the same way that a lot of those countries in Eastern Europe did. You know, remember when they were under Soviet rule? You know, I was up and hoping one day that they would become free of the Soviets, and look what happened in 1989. The wall came down, you know, and they became freer countries, you know. I think that will happen someday with Iran, you know.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen sooner than everyone thinks. And let me tell you, and this is a direct threat to the Ayatollah and Ahmadinejad. Your days in power are numbered. Your days in power are numbered. And not only when the people of Iran rise up and take over the Ayatollah and, you know, execute this piece of crap like he rightfully deserves, that's going to make the whole entire Islamic fanaticism business go down the proverbial toilet. Because that's what's been motivating this whole Islamic fanaticism, is the terroristic tools that were utilized by the Islamic Revolution to take over the country of Iran back in the day. And now that the Iranian Revolution, the Islamic Revolution, has been proven a hypocrite and has been proven contradictory, then lo and behold, they are no longer relevant. Lo and behold, they have done their people wrong, and the people are finally starting to realize that, and they don't want any more of this theocratic nonsense. And let me tell you something, long live the people of Iran. Take out those theocratic pieces of garbage. I know you want freedom. This is not, and let me get this straight there, Thunder. These people here don't want to take over Iran just to put in another theocratic, bureaucratic bunch of crap. They don't want to put in another theocracy in power in Iran. They actually want to embrace free markets. They want to embrace secularism. They want to embrace this idea, but nope, you've got these morons in Iran that are leading these poor people into complete and utter oblivion. They've already wiped out an entire generation. The people that I speak to, everyone that I talk to is under the age of 25 in Iran. And these are brilliant, intelligent young men. These are young people, and even women. They're allowing women to participate in the resistance. And this is completely against that version of Islam. So let me tell you, I have complete optimism for Iran, and it's a shame that you fat, gluttonous, dumbass, fried cheese and fried butter eating bastards out here in America are ungrateful. I mean, they're willing to trade in their damn freedom for, a couple of stimulus package checks and a damn cell phone voucher. I mean, get the hell out of here, you dumb American pieces of gluttonous trash. That's why I'm saying if nobody else in this country is going to be hollering for freedom, I'm going to be for anyone out there in the world who has the spirit of American patriotism, the spirit of American freedom within them. Anyway, I'm sorry, Thunder. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, I bet you said that would probably happen is, all this enriching that they're doing over there. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Israel decided to go after them. You know what I mean?
Well, that would be a complete bad thing to do. If Israel goes after Iran, that would just put fuel on the Islamic fire, and before you know it, we're in World War III, and it's just a damn disaster. That's why I don't even want to entertain that prospect, because if that happens, well, it pretty much nullifies the resistance, and that's exactly what the Ayatollah wants, and that's exactly what Ahmadinejad wants. Well, it really doesn't matter what Ahmadinejad wants. He's just a figurehead. But that's what the whole bureaucratic system is trying to provoke. They're trying to provoke some sort of military confrontation so that it will squash the domestic unrest and bring the people together. Well, anyway, Thunder, I want to thank you for calling in, man. You want to plug anything, get a blog or something?
No. I just want to say, like I said, if there are any Iranian people listening to this, just keep up the freedom fight, and we're right behind you.
Thank you very much. And I'm telling you, the people of Iran really appreciate it. And for the folks in Iran listening to the program, that was an American. That was Thunder, who is an avid listener of the program, and we appreciate Thunder's call. He's a great fan, just like most of the fans of the True Conservative Radio Show, and we appreciate your patronage. 646-652-4869. Tell me what you think about Iran. We're going to go into a couple of other subject matters later on in the program. Let's go ahead and take a couple other callers. 325 area code. You're on the air.
Hey, man, it's great to hear somebody that's fighting for freedom. Thanks a lot, man.
No problem.
It's like you. All these stupid people, they're so obsessed with their fucking self. I mean, like I do an airplane. I'm an excuse me, sir. I'm an airplane pilot, and I do barrel rolls. But I don't know what the fuck.
All right, get off, you stupid moron. You're an airline pilot, and you can't even talk a complete sentence without stumbling over your own tongue like some half-witted moron trying to stumble into a damn draft house looking for a free beer from some idiot who's out there doing quarters with a trans-testicle Nazi hooker that was abducted by a UFO. Sit over there and shut your mouth. I'm trying to have a civil discussion. I'm trying to have a legitimate discussion about the people in Iran and their cause. You see, this is what Americans are doing. Did you hear this young, ungrateful, little, stupid, dumbass, MTV watching, Abercrombie Fitch wearing, fruity-ass Adam Lambert ass-tickling dumbass? It's just ridiculous. This is America, folks. They only prove my point. These moronic buffooneries that come up on here and agitate my show, these are all American people. And I hope the Iranian people are listening to this. For all the Iranian fans that this show is dedicated to, listen to these American people. Do not let your country get like this. This is a disgrace to humanity. We're ungrateful gluttons, and it makes me sick. I mean, we have never had a peasantry. We have never had a true bad time in America's history, and you have these morons, because they can't ride in Escalades with, chrome rims, because they can't have a 3-story house, because they shitted out about 9 different kids from 9 different fathers, and they know that they're never going to be the next American Idol, they're never going to be the next movie star, they're never going to be the next billionaire. They're deciding that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and if I can't have it, nobody else can. So I'm going to go on the side of the leftist. I'm going to go on the side of the communist. I'm going to go on the side that is going to sit here and give me my sustenance, that is going to give me just enough so I can ride around in my stupid little materials, so I can get fat in the ass on all my fat, gluttonous foods, so I can continue to have my little technological gadgets like my cell phone funded by the taxpayer and free Wi-Fi service and housing voucher programs and all this other nonsense. This is what I'm telling you, folks. America is being flushed down the proverbial toilet, and everybody is just asking for seconds. Everybody is asking for seconds. They love what's going on in America. Anybody, just go look on the streets. Go ask somebody. Ask somebody if you think this is a great country, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, look, I just got my stimulus package. I'm about to go buy some goods that were created from China, that were made in China, but hey, I love America. It's unbelievable. And every time I say that, the government's giving out free Wi-Fi, giving out free cell phones, people don't believe it. People do not believe it. I mean, go look it up for yourself. You see, this is what's unfortunate. This is what's really unfortunate. Because other morons aren't getting as much as other morons, they think that the programs don't exist. You know, there's some idiots out there that actually believe that, man, that's not true, man. I can only collect about $200 a month, baby. You know what I'm saying? I can only collect $200 a month. He lying, baby. He lying. He can't collect that much. You want to know why you can only collect $200? Because you didn't investigate. You want to know why you didn't investigate? You know, because you're a stupid moron. You're an idiot. You're a life loser. I mean, whatever senses had you go into the direction of getting the paperwork filed in the bureaucratic systems necessary for you to get that couple of $100 a month in food stamps or in food card, I have no idea. But that's why all you dumbasses that are crying in my chat room saying, oh, man, you lying, baby. It ain't that much. I don't get that much every month, baby. You want to know why? Because you're an idiot. I mean, they are allowing Americans to be solely supported by the American government. I mean, you even got some four-eyed asshole with question marks all over his suit saying, hey, I can give you government loans. I can give you government grants. Oh, call me up. I'm Matthew Lesko. I'm a dumbass idiot that looks that'll toe tap you. Shut up. It makes me sick. You ungrateful American people. You ungrateful American people. You've got people in Iran, for heaven's sake, that want freedom, that have the spirit of American patriotism. Iran! And look at the American people. They want to trade in the free market capitalist system that allowed them to live like kings to some ridiculous quasi-communist socialist garbage that's going to force them to live like peasants. Like peasants! Don't you know that peasants are below slaves, you asshole? Huh? I mean, I want you to look it up. I had this discussion once before. Peasants, believe it or not, they lived off the land of the lord of the manor, the lord of the estate. Whoever owned the estate, which you can only own an estate if you are in good with the nobility and the monarch, well, the lord of the manor would have these peasants that would just, you know, kind of stumble upon his land, and the only way they could be able to live on there is if they work for his land, and not only work for his land, but they'll actually fight for his land. And they make this, I guess obligation, and lo and behold, the peasants become part of the land. So when the lord or whoever owns the estate, when they sell it or when they give it to somebody else in a trade, the peasants go with the land. So the peasants serve another master whether they like it or not. I mean, this is just disgusting. This is how low we're getting in America. Oh, good God. Please, the people in Iran, please, go out there and take out the Ayatollah and take out Ahmadinejad and show these American people that, hey, you people are ungrateful pricks. Look at us here in Iran. We have been begging for what you've had. You fat asses, we've been begging for what you had, and we're fighting to try to get what you have. And you idiots are giving it up. You're giving it up. And you have no shame. I mean, good God. I mean, look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to do this show anymore. Let me just. I mean, Iran. What happened to America, man? What happened to America? What happened to America? What happened to America, for heaven's sake? I mean, what happened to this country, for Pete's sake, you stupid... I mean, it gets me angry. It gets me angry, and I hope that you can feel my anger through this fiber optically connected world that we call the internet. I hope you can feel my anger. Because I'm a patriot for freedom. I believe in the Constitution in America, but you ungrateful fat jelly ass cottage cheese ass having gluttonous bastards, you don't care. You don't care. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're going to go ahead and take some other callers here. 517 area code, you're on the air.
Hello, Ghost.
How's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
No, well, I'm not too good. I mean, I have people in other countries worried about freedom as opposed to my own.
That's true. Sorry, I was listening. I was, habit to ask how someone's doing. Well, I have something that the media really isn't covering a whole lot, and that's how there's a Russian man, one of these terrorists that, there's terrorists all over the world. His name's Makarov, right? And there's a Middle Eastern terrorist cell, the leader of which is named Al-Fulani. And Makarov is working with Al-Fulani to try and sell nuclear warheads to Ahmadinejad to use against the United States.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I wouldn't be surprised if AQ Khan doesn't have something to do with possibly getting nuclear material for Iran. And, of course, AQ Khan was the individual that was caught by the Pakistani intelligence agency that was trying to sell nuclear material or nuclear secrets to Al-Qaeda.
I did hear about that. You're right.
So, I mean, I would not be surprised. I mean, the thing about it is that the American government or somebody needs to help the Iranian resistance to try to overthrow that government. We cannot invade this country. If we invade Iran, it would only throw fuel on the fire, and before you know it, we have a worldwide jihad on our hands because it gives substance to all the fanatics that have been saying that the Western infidels want to do nothing but wipe out all the sovereign nations of Islam and all this other crap. It gives substance to that.
Well, the best way for us to actually stop this, right? I mean, the whole Iran and Israel, everything. The best way is to just build more pylons. That's the best way for us to stop.
Stupid idiot! Shut up. Once again, another American youth right there. I mean, you can tell by the lack of bass in their voice. All right, right there. Another American youth. Instead of worrying about situations that would jeopardize his freedom and his security, he's sitting here trying to, crack wise jokes, hoping that he'll get the panties wet of some bimbo that's probably on the other side of the world somewhere, trying to finger bang him to get a green card into the country, for heaven's sake. Anyway, 513, you're on the air.
How you doing, brother?
How's it going?
This is Tiger Bow, Lieutenant Colonel Dawson.
Well, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, brother. I just called to tell you that I like what you're saying and get her done.
I really appreciate it. I mean, it's unfortunate that we have, people in Iran. It's just something that boggles my mind here. We got Iranians worried more about freedom than American people. It's just there's something wrong with the world today.
This isn't the America I signed up to defend.
And I appreciate your service, sir. Let me tell you, every single day of my life goes out to the patriots that have spilt blood for this country to preserve the Constitution and the freedoms that were given to us by our forefathers.
Well,
every ounce of my energy goes out to you guys. Go ahead.
The bottom line fighter in your room is one of those brave fighting men, right?
Oh, no, I'm not aware. I've got so many people in the chat room. I've got 80 billion things at once here.
Yeah, he's one of the brave elite that's giving his all to be shit on and walked on by our pretend commander-in-chief and our wannabe president.
Well, we appreciate Bottom Line Fighter and his service, but I really understand the angst that I hear from you about the current administration. The current administration is literally wiping its derriere with American sovereignty. I don't know if you're aware with what's happening December 7th and that whole international global warming summit that's going to basically nullify the Constitution and put
brother, I'm on top of that bullshit. Maybe you should let callers come in and you can save us all from being killed by global warming, and you can give us a link that we can send a check to stop it. That is so much bullshit. I'm fed up with this global warming bullshit. I'm fed up with this stupid-ass racial card that keeps getting thrown up. everybody hates Obama because he's African American. We hate him because he's an ass. It ain't got nothing to do with his color.
And not only that, he's incompetent. He's just blatantly incompetent.
Well, you know, here he is supposed to be the president of our country, the commander-in-chief, and every time I hear the ass on TV, he's apologizing for America, for the USA, for being violent and screwed up.
Absolutely
you know,
right.
If he's got a problem with his country, why don't he get his illegal immigrant ass out of it?
Oh, man, and that's right from the mouth of somebody who's serving in our armed forces right there. Unbelievable. Did you everybody hear that right there? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. That was an American patriot right there that's speaking out of anger and speaking out of fury. And I want to thank you very much for your call, sir. But, you know, it's not about, you know, getting violent in any regard. I want everybody to get that really straight. Whenever I conduct these broadcasts, I'm hoping that you could get off your fat ass instead of going and, you know, getting another bag of potato chips to shove down your pie hole, or, you know, to go and get the remote so you can turn it on from American Idol to You Think You Can Dance or some crap, or Who Wants to Marry a Midget. Maybe you can get your fat ass up and actually participate in the political process, all right? Because the political process, the American political process, demands that you have a duty to commit yourself to this American political system. This is a government made for the people and by the people. But if the people fall asleep at the wheel, you are seeing the direct consequence of those actions. Anyway, I'm going to take one more caller here to talk about Iran and the situation that's happening out there. Once again, folks, my heart and my patriotic spirit goes out to those folks in Iran. Keep fighting, all right? Take out the Ayatollah at all costs, no matter what it takes, so you can show the world that the Iranian people have freedom and patriotic spirit more than anyone could ever have imagined. We're going to take one more caller here, and then we're going to move on to the next subject matter. 901, you're on the air.
Hey there, how you doing?
How's it going?
It's pretty good. Just kind of wanted to lighten up the conversation a little bit. I think you appreciate this joke. How many liberals does it take?
Shut up. Get off. All right, we're talking about Iran here. All right, what are you trying to? What is it? The Improv? What are you trying to win a gig at the Laugh Stop or the damn the Laugh Factory? I mean, give me a break. We're talking about Iran. We're talking about preserving freedom, and you wanna tell jokes. All right, hickory dickory dock. Your mom was sucking my. Anyway, let's go to another caller here. 1111. You're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, how you doing?
How's it going?
I got pretty much prank calls today. Like, I hope it's not like yesterday.
Well, it's typical, but it just proves my point that American people don't have any kind of substance whatsoever, and all they can do is just prank call, and, you know, they think life is a big joke, and it's not going to be a big joke when these idiots are finally, you know, living in serfdom and not being able to participate in their materialistic consumption and having to go into bread lines and soup kitchens to get themselves fed.
Okay, just telling you, this is not a prank call. I'm a military biologist, and we actually have good news for Iran. Like, there's actually right now over 9,000 biologists and scientific working over a mudkip gas. So, like, that consists of raiding Iran without having to care for these people that are Leroy Jenkins with, like, a load of explosives on them, you know? So we'll be able to kill all the terrorists without being on the field. So we have, like, slowpoke, neurotoxin, poison that will make them...
Oh, my God. I mean, you know, is everybody hearing this here? I mean, you know, we're so incompetent. Americans are so dumbass incompetent that they can't even stick to a joke. You know what I mean? They can't even stick to their joke, for Christ's sake. I mean, and then we wonder why the last thing that we are producing as American people, which is entertainment, why that's being lost to these fruity-ass Europeans that are, you know, eating, you know, butt crack on TV and, you know, selling millions of dollars in theater tickets, for heaven's sake. I mean, this is it right here, folks. I mean, you know, these idiot American people are so lazy that they can't even stick to a joke. I mean, did you hear this idiot? I mean, give me a break. He even had the accent going on and everything. And everything. Good Lord. Anyway, folks, I'm going to move on to another subject matter. And once again, folks, my thoughts and prayers are with the people of Iran. Keep fighting. I want to talk a little bit about this gate crasher situation that seems to be so prevalent here in the mainstream media. The gate crasher situation where these two morons, I mean, this guy and this girl, I don't even want to know their names. I don't even want to say their names because they don't even deserve the spotlight. But these two Nimrods, happen to have dressed up in their, best dressed and went into the White House. And I don't know how they got in. I don't know how they bypassed Secret Service. They went in without any kind of invitation, bypassed security, and actually got close enough to get a picture with our president and the vice president. I mean, do you understand what kind of jeopardy our national security was in that instance? And you've got the liberal and feminist media trying to mull it over, just trying to. Oh, it's okay. It was no big deal. Nothing was okay. No, it's all right. And look at it, Magic over here in the chat room saying gate crashing is not news. It's not news. I mean, this is the people that are running our country, and yet they can't even run their own security apparatus correctly to allow someone who doesn't have a goddamn invitation not to go into their show. All right? I mean, these people could have taken out half of our government if they were sent by some, rogue nation or some terrorist affiliated bunch of BS. I mean, I don't understand why the media isn't taking more and more criticism of that. I mean, why aren't they saying more about it? And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because the Congress is having a little bit to say about it. All right? I mean, Congress has a little bit something to say about it. They want to actually have a few people that testify. They actually are trying to call these two idiot gate crashers, these morons that are sipping on lattes and, face droppers and all, these stupid morons. Everybody's a star fetish ass clown in this country. They were able to bypass this whole nonsense. Well, Congress wants some answers, so they're trying to call to testify the social White House secretary. I didn't even know that there is even an office for the social life of the president. There's like some, I mean, I don't know if I'm saying the exact bureaucratic position properly, but it's some makeshift social secretary who's supposed to, get all these people hook, line, and sinker with invitations, background checks, and, the full security searches. And the White House doesn't want to send their little social secretary. They don't want to send them to Congress. They're not cooperating whatsoever with Congress. Nor do the two Nimrods that gate crashed want to go and testify before Congress. I mean, what's so fishy here? I mean, what's going on here? I mean, what's there to hide? What is there to hide out here? I mean, why don't you just admit what the hell happened? Tell the American people, because we have the right to know. Because, look, folks, just imagine, God forbid, I mean, I am in complete disagreement with this executive branch in the White House today. But God forbid had something happen in this gate crashing incident that jeopardized their security, and they were no longer eligible or fit to stand office. I mean, do you know how much disarray that would throw the country in? How much chaos and destruction? I mean, people would go nuts, for heaven's sake. They wouldn't know what the hell to do. It would be unbelievable. It would throw this country into something that is just we couldn't even imagine. It would make like I said, it would make the reign of terror in the French Revolution look like a picnic in the park. I want to hear from you. I mean, I don't want to hear any more prank callers, for heaven's sake. And if you're going to prank call me, why don't you come up with something original and sound a little bit more, how can I say, convincing? You ballless, no bass in the voice, having raised by your mammy, single parent raised ass clowns. 248, you're on the air. Stop playing with your pecker shaft, you stupid moron. I mean, did you hear this, Eddie? He had to think about it for a little bit, and then all he had to do was make a simulated masturbation voice as if he was in a San Francisco bathhouse somewhere, and that was supposed to, what, make your people, respect you more, I guess. I mean, give me a goddamn break. 951, you're on the air.
Hey, I'm a long-time listener, but I have just one thing that I have to talk about with you about yesterday. You are not giving enough credit to the recording artists and everyone who puts effort into, like recording. There's like in LA, there's a whole district that's like it's called the Triforce of recording districts, and you're just
shut up. Can you just shut your stupid mouth? I mean, we're talking about politics here. You got Fruits calling up talking about, oh, yeah, that recording artist is such great guys, and I want to see the toolbox. You got other idiots calling up trying to simulate masturbation sounds like they got a squirrel up their ass or something. Give me a break, folks. I mean, let's put some substance on the table, for Christ's sake. We're talking about politics here. But don't you understand, folks, I mean, while you're listening to these prank callers, just saying nothing but vile words and disgusting filth, just keep in mind, folks, that these are probably liberal agitators. I mean, notice the femininity in most of these people's voices. I mean, they sound literally so fruity. They sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for heaven's sake. And I'm sure they love fruit cocktail, But seriously, folks, I mean, I am not joking when it comes to this nonsense. I mean, these, I am completely sure, are liberal agitators. And I know that we're talking about this gatecrasher nonsense, but I have to go off on a rant about these people that are not only prank calling me, not only emailing me, not only posting YouTube videos about me, posting blogs about me, but I really don't appreciate it. I mean, this is why I'm not like these other ass clowns out here, not only in the Blog Talk Radio Network, but in the blogosphere. That's why I don't put out my name and my face and that sort of thing, because I really don't want to be in the public eye. I don't care. I just hope that whatever commentary that I can distribute on this venue called Blog Talk Radio, hopefully it'll spark the minds of those that have some spirit of patriotism to go out and actually change this country, change the direction of this country, because currently we're going in the direction of leftism, and that's not what this country was built on. That's exactly what we fought against in the 20th century, and that's why I'm calling on you, and I'm talking about the real people who listen to me, not these ass clowns agitating me, not these ass clowns that are sitting here spreading slanderous lies and nothing but a bunch of filth about me. You people can continue to do that, but I guarantee you there are a lot of individuals that take my commentary and that are actually going to try to relay it and pay it forward and tell somebody else, because we need that kind of debate. We need it, for heaven's sake. If we don't, our country it's gone. It's going to be a third world technocratic nation. What the hell does that mean? You see Cuba? Well, that's what we're going to look like, but the only difference is we're going to have a lot of old technological gadgets. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to rebuild our old technological gadgets and redistribute them, because we're not going to be rich enough to be able to afford anything else. While all the other world, all the other countries that built their industrialization off of the backs of America and American companies and American blood and American sweat, they are going to prosper here within the next 30 years. That's right. There's going to be prosperity throughout the international community, but you know who's going to be left behind? The American people! The American people! And if you listen to all the prank calls that I'm getting, and if you listen to all the lack of base, ballless, fruity-ass bastards, no substance having, uneducated fruit bowls that are calling me up and attempting to agitate my show, keep in mind that these are American youths, that these people are American people, that these ridiculous dumbass ideas and these dumbass incomplete sentences and these dumbass sentence fragments are all coming out of uneducated American people. These people only prove my point. They prove my point that this country is gone. It's doomed. That's why I'm putting more emphasis on Iran. And for the people of Iran, look at this. This is the consequence of too much freedom out here. I mean, these people don't care. American people don't care. I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't mind switching places with you. I wouldn't be surprised if American people wanted to switch places with those people in China right now who are forced in a one-child policy, who are forced under this communist ideology to work for 15 cents an hour for the sake of capitalism, for the communist regime. And I know that sounded a little, a little bit perplexing, but that's exactly how it's going, folks. Think about it. It's a disgrace. I mean, is there anybody out there? Hello, is there anybody out there listening in that understands my pain, that understands that every time I get up and my eyes open for another day in this reality, it hurts to wake up every morning. It hurts to wake up every morning. Because then I got to go out and see these ridiculous sour scowls that are on all these individuals that want to blame everybody for their life's faults instead of themselves. They want to blame everybody for their lack of being stars and being rich and being wealthy and being successful. They want to blame everybody else but except themselves. Except themselves. So let me take this opportunity right now to help you dumbass, ungrateful, non-responsibility-taking assholes to take some responsibility. Now, what I want every one of you to do, because I know there's a lot of you ass clowns listening in. I know there's a lot of young fruit bowls probably tickling their ball sack, whacking off to a naked picture of Richard Simmons' underwear, or Richard Simmons' ass crack, or sweating to the oldies 12, or whatever they're doing. All right? I want you to stop what you're doing. All right? And I want you to get up. Get up! Get the hell up right now! And I want you to walk toward... my chest is hurt. I want you to walk towards your nearest mirror. Go to your nearest mirror. Go to it now, damn it. Look at yourself in your eyes right now. Look at yourself between your beady eyes. Are you really happy? Do you know who you are? Do you have a soul? Do you have any kind of compassion? Do you understand that this life is not promised to anybody, you ungrateful bastard? Do you understand that the amenities and the luxuries that we have, that we take for granted for so much, is a recent phenomenon? It hasn't been around for a long period of time, you ungrateful prick. It hasn't been around for a long period of time. And you people are ungrateful. You don't care. I just don't know what to say. Part of me just wants to just calm down. Calm down. I can feel my chest hurting. I can feel my chest hurting, but God damn it. God damn it, I tell you right now, my stomach, my gut, the true part of my heart, it wants to explode! It wants to go crazy! Because you stupid American people, you're not listening! You're not listening! You stupid people are selling out yourselves and selling out your children, and you don't care! Oh, man! Fucking... And my chest hurts. My chest hurts, but I don't care. 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 What the hell has happened to this country? What the hell happened to this country? What the hell has happened to this country? I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. God, can't take it. Whatever happened to freedom? Whatever happened to freedom? Whatever happened to freedom? I'm too old for this crap. Am I still on the air? I'll pick this. Am I still on the air here? I don't know if I'm still on the air, folks. I don't know if I'm still on the air. All right. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry that I'm here about to have a damn coronary. I'm sorry if I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath. Oh, my chest. I'm going to take a few callers, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just angry, man. I'm angry that you people in America don't care. You don't care about anything. You don't care about yourselves. You don't care about your children. .412 area code, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Ghost. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that this is Cloud, and I just have a question for you now that you calmed down. Do you know when the Peanuts Christmas special's on by any chance?
The Peanuts Christmas special?
Yes.
Oh, God. I mean, you see what I'm saying, folks? I'm damn near having a damn coronary trying to tell you people that this country has impending danger, and you people keep calling me. Oh, my chest hurts. I'm all right. I'm all right, folks. All right. Let me get back to the show, folks. I'm sorry. The show must go on. The show must go on here. Hold on. I'm kind of worn out here, folks. I'm kind of worn out. I'm just so emotionally drained. I'm just so jaded. I'm just so jaded, you know. I mean, I'm looking at this country, and I'm seeing it being flushed down the toilet, and nobody caring. And I'm screaming. I'm putting myself into the grave, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, is this America? I mean, do you not care? I mean, listen to the passion. Do you people hear the passion in my voice? Do you hear the fury? I don't care if I have a heart attack. I don't care if I die in this show tonight. I don't care. I mean, get that to your stick skulls. I don't care. I hope I'm inspiring those that can feel my passion. I hope I'm inspiring those that can feel that I care about this country, that I care about America. And the only way I'm going to continue on, and the only way that I'm going to calm down, and the only way that I'm going to stop talking is if this country goes back to the way it was. It goes back to the way it was, the way it used to be. The great American country, the great American superpower, the free market capitalist system, the land of opportunity. Do you remember that, you ass Carlos? Do you remember that? Good God! I'm getting angry. There's no way. I'll tell you right now, folks, I don't care if my heart stops. The energy that's within my body right now is not going to let me die. I'm going to continue fighting. I'm going to continue living until my last breath. I'm going to continue fighting in this country. This piece of crap. I'm going to keep fighting. Hear the passion. I'm sorry. 646-652-4869, folks. You're listening to the True Conservative Radio program. I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and you're listening to True Conservative Radio. And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm about to have a damn coronary. Well, let me tell you something, folks. I wish that everyone would get as passionate as I am when it comes to their liberty and it comes to their freedom. I wish everybody was as passionate as I am to preserve this great American country. I just wish. All right. 646-652-4869. 2000, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Dude, I'm damn proud that you're fucking, like, this is just bullshit. Like, I'm trying to convince my kids, and I don't know how to, like, convince them in my mind. Like, you know, it's like, they fucking don't give a fuck, you know?
No, they don't care.
It's like, fuck, it just makes me want to go boom, headshot, and just fucking blow off my head. I mean, do you feel it?
Yeah, well, then do it, you stupid moron. How about that? Do it! Make the damn freeway a little bit more faster to get through in the morning, you stupid, dumb, ignorant moron. What are you, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Huh? Oh, yeah, Maui, wowie, man. And you want me to believe you got a kid old enough to understand politics? You stupid moron. But once again, folks, it underscores what the youth is doing in this country. Anyway, folks, I want to talk a little bit about health care because I know that the Senate is about to go into debates about the great health care public option, political garbage, whatever you want to call this apparatus that they want to build that's going to somehow, I don't know, deliver universal health care. It's not, okay? Once again, you ass clowns, just because the Democrats are sitting here debating about a so-called health care option doesn't mean it's going to be universal health care, you dumb ass clowns. I mean, don't you understand that this public option or this dumb government-funded health care is nothing more than a federally mandated insurance policy? I mean, that's what it is, a federally mandated insurance policy. All right, that means the federal government is going to force you to purchase insurance, whether you can afford it or not. Whether you can afford it or not, they're going to continue to make you pay for insurance. And of course, folks, if you can't afford to pay for it, they're going to give you that great public option, or what are they calling it now? The consumer option. Oh yeah, doesn't that sound great? Oh, I'm going into the consumer option. That's what I'm getting. I can't afford the old public option, so I'm going to get the consumer option. I mean, give me a break, folks. I mean, honestly, give me a damn break. I mean, don't you understand that this is, I mean, you've been lied to. You've been hoodwinked. All you left-wing, long-haired, liberal, bedwetting hippies and all you muff-diving feminists, y'all got lied to. Y'all sold your souls to this ridiculous nonsense, this leftist ideology, and with all due respect, folks, you got dirty yellow bubbly piss taking on you. And all you're doing, instead of, standing up and saying, hey, I've been hoodwinked, I've been bamboozled, you're trying to preserve the integrity of your soul selling to this ridiculous liberal regime. I mean, why don't you just admit you idiots were wrong? You thought that Obama was going to, bring peace on earth and give you a Cadillac in every driveway and a 3-story house to every loser who shits out 9 kids, whatever. It didn't happen. So why don't you just remember that, hey, okay, I got it wrong this time. Let's just go ahead and abandon ship on this whole stupid idea of change, because there was no change here. What was the change? What, Stimulus Package 2? Stimulus Package 2 let every Wall Street bastard and every damn financial executive in Wall Street raid the American taxpaying system. That's why the Great Christmas, this Christmas, belongs to the luxurious bastards that raided the taxpaying system in Wall Street. Huh? This is America. This is the liberal regime that change. Yes, we can. This is what you people put into office. Why don't you call me instead of prank calling me? Provide some substance on why this is the right thing. All right? Why this is the right thing. And, not to get off the subject here, I got a lot of people in the, here in the chat room talking about smoking pot. Are you kidding me? I mean, why is that a prevalent subject matter in everybody's brain? Huh? Why is yeah, man, what I want is pot to be legal so I can go out and smoke a doobie right in front of everybody and nobody will care, man. Maui wowie, man. I mean, why is everyone so, fascinated with doing marijuana? What's the deal? You know that there are more medical marijuana shops now that California has made it legal for quote-unquote medical marijuana, which is nothing more than a joke. There are more weed shops in California than there are Starbucks coffee houses and coffee shops. There are actually weed universities. That's right, there are marijuana universities that are cropping up all over California. And I think New Mexico and Colorado are the next to follow suit. I mean, is this what the change the liberal regime was talking about? Oh, we're going to legalize marijuana, so even though you don't have any economic opportunities, even though you can't support your family, even though you don't have a job that can give you any kind of self-worth or integrity, even though you don't have anything, here's some weed here that you still have to pay for, and that's still going to be distributed by the government, but here's some marijuana for you so you can smoke on that while you're smoking your sorrows away about what America used to be. I mean, is that the change that we're talking about this liberal regime implementing up in here? Legalizing pot? Legalizing marijuana, for heaven's sake. Unbelievable. I mean, we're about to lose our freedom. There are no jobs. Unemployment's hitting 10.5%. This is a service industry-based economy. We consume more than we produced on a GDP level. The international community is in complete turmoil. Pakistan's about to be overthrown by the damn Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Afghanistan is unraveling. Iraq is about to be overthrown by all kinds of different factions. We've got communist fervor in South America. We've got the ridiculous situations that are happening within the Asian regions with North Korea. I mean, give me a break. And you idiots want to talk about smoking marijuana, puffing the damn magic dragon. I mean, it's just sick, man. It really is sick to me that you people have the audacity to sit here and complain about this and that from everything under the sun, and yet all you want to do is puff the damn magic dragon. Yeah? Puff the damn magic dragon, for heaven's sake. It's disgusting. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take some more callers here. All right, that's what I'm going to do. 1111, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, I called earlier.
That's all you got?
Hello?
You do all that for a... you do all that for that? I hear like two or three. I hear 2 or 3 males back there.
For your taint shaved or natural?
I mean, does everybody hear that right there, folks? Does everybody hear this? Right here. This is the American youth. I heard about 2 or 3 young males in the background laughing like it was the greatest joke of all time. You know, like it was the greatest, most hilarious thing that ever hit the earth. And it makes you wonder, you know, lo and behold, why we have homosexual innuendo so prevalent nowadays. I mean, no wonder, you know, these stupid fruit bowls are taking it up the tailpipe. They ain't got nothing else better to do. I mean, they're sitting here calling the True Conservative radio program when they should be going out there, you know, tagging some tail or something, and, of course, using protection and don't having any goddamn kids. 706 area code, you're on the air.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Well, I really appreciate your show. I've been watching for a long time now, and, it just really gets me down that even down here in the South nowadays, we just get so many liberal, feminist fucking bags, and one thing I heard about you is that you like mudkips, and that's something I just really appreciate in someone, that you like mudkips. You don't get that down here nowadays, and that's why I want...
Stupid bimbo, shut up! Just sit there and shut up and go back in the kitchen and make your man something to eat. He's probably out 2-timing your ass right now because you're up here messing around with me when you should be working his Johnson, you stupid, dumb slutbag. Sit there and shut up. Makes me sick to my stomach. And let's go ahead and move on to the next subject matter, all right? Let's go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. Let's talk about Tiger Woods, since we're talking about, philanderous people. All right, now, lo and behold, Tiger Woods comes out today, and what does he say? Oh, I've had a couple of, indiscretions. I've got a couple of undisclosed things to do. Huh? Wait a minute. Well, I've gone too far? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get sidetracked for all the folks that are in the archive, but I've got people in here saying, you've gone too far, Ghost. You've pushed the limits now. You have to draw the line somewhere, Ghost. You know what these people are? These are internet hard legs, all right, that are probably trying to find out who that dumb idiot bimbo who just called up is, so that they can private message each other up here in this chat room that I've got going on, so they can get a goddamn cyber banging session going on. I mean, this is the new thing, that men are going to come in and become knight in shining armors for, other women that they don't know because they think it's going to win brownie points with them in the pants. They think that they're actually going to get their wiener whacked if they somehow become some valiant knight in shining armor, Sir Lancelot. Oh, how I love thee on a summer's day. I will sit here and fight valiantly for your love. Stupid piece of crap. Makes me sick. You know that? Makes me utterly sick. But I've gone too far now. I mean, this is what I mean, believe it or not, this is one of the largest shows that we've had. True Conservative Radio is growing. And by the way, folks, please spread the word about the True Conservative Radio program. I really don't care if you like me or hate me, man. Spread it around. Go through all the social networking sites. Tweet your little asses off. Tweet your asses off like you're a little Tweety bird shoved up some anal passage or some fruit bowl on the streets of San Francisco, and tweet it out of there. Tweet your ass out. And tell everybody about the True Conservative Radio program. Because, folks, this is the kind of realism that America needs. It needs to be slapped upside its fat jelly ass back into reality. It doesn't need this political correctness garbage. Political correctness has been used by the liberals to subjugate America to being who it is, and that's a free society. Let me repeat that again for all you communist Karl Marx worshiping ass lickers. A free society. So for all you people that are saying that I'm going too far, that I'm sitting here going too far, you piss off! Piss off! Tough titty if I'm going too far! I don't care. Take it and like it. Take it, like it, and eat it. Eat it. Eat it. I'm going too far, my ass. You ain't seen me go far enough. Gone too far, you stupid, dumb, pussy-whipped idiots. You see, this is the pussification of America implementing itself here in my chat room. The absolute pussification. Sitting here saying I've gone too far. Give me a break. Give me a break. And, of course, you've got these internet fat, bloated ass clowns sitting here. Oh, you haven't gone far enough, Ghost. I'm bored listening to you. Well, if you're bored listening to me, why don't you get off my show, all right? Turn off the channel. Go somewhere else. Because I'm not doing this for ratings, you dumb assholes. I'm not doing this for ratings. People tell me all the time, well, Ghost, you know, you shouldn't be so abrasive with your audience. Well, Ghost, you shouldn't be so hateful. I'm not hateful. I never use the word hate on my program. But I'm telling it how it is, folks. I'm giving you verbal backhands back into reality, and all you can do is look back at me with your black eyes with a smile about it, saying, yes, sir, can I have another? All right? I'm sounding off with the balls the size of grapefruits that are slapping you upside your chin, and all you can do is say, huh? So give me a break. 646-652-4869. 111, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I heard you were a supporter of Lou Dobbs, right?
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah, I agree. I think Lou Dobbs is a pretty cool guy. He quit CNN and doesn't afraid of anything.
Is that supposed to be some sarcastic shot at Lou Dobbs?
No.
Is that the dry? You see, that's the dry-witted humor that you dumbass liberals try to pass off as legitimate comedy nowadays. You know, that's what liberal Hollywood's doing. You know, this dumb, dry-witted humor, and we're supposed to just sit there and say, "Oh, that was so funny. Oh, yeah, that was just so hilarious. Oh, yeah, that was just so good. Oh, yeah, Superbad. That was just such a funny movie. Yeah. Oh, the dry-witted humor was just so articulate and just so great." You pussy whip bastard. Take your garter belt off and shove it up your ass. All right? We're not sitting here, you know, trying to beat around the bush around nothing, all right? I'm sick and tired of the femininity, all right? I'm sick and tired of the feminine vernacular coming out of the mouths of the youth of America today, all right? The mouths of the youth of today. Listen to these. I mean, listen to these assholes. Listen to them. This is what they sound like. Hi, Ghost. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prank call you because I don't like the way you talk about the gay marriage issue. So instead of sitting here, why don't you let me show me your toolbox? I mean, give me a break. And speaking of gay marriage, folks, let me go ahead and segue into that subject matter for a little bit. Let's talk about gay marriage. In New York State today, the lawmakers of New York decided to strike down gay marriage, folks. They decided to strike it down, and it's the second state in a couple of months to basically shut down gay marriage. It isn't legal whatsoever. The last state to do it within the past couple of months was Maine. And, of course, folks, for all you folks remember the December 2008 show, Are You Calling In Gay? The December 2008 show talks about how California, the people of California, all right, after the politicians decided to legislate gay marriage from their power-hungry autocrat positions, when the judges decided to legislate gay marriage from the bench, the people of California went out and spoke of January 2008, or excuse me, December 2008, and they said the following. We had a little bit of gay marriage in our state. We got a good whiff of it. It smells like a dirty, smelly, bacon bit-ridden urinal, and we don't want to have anything to do anymore. We don't want to have a gay marriage around anymore, so we're going to take it out. And you know what the people of California did? California, being the most liberal the most liberal state in the nation, they said no to gay marriage. All right? They said no. And you know what the homosexual community did after the people of California spoke and said, we don't want gay marriage? Oh, they said, you know what all the gay people should do all over the country? We need to call in to work tomorrow. We're going to call in to work gay. That's what we're doing. Don't go to work tomorrow. Call your bosses and say, I'm calling in to work gay today. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling in to work gay. And, what did that protest do for the homosexual community? I mean, once again, folks, I have said time and time again, I am not against the homosexual, I'm not trying to legislate people's bedrooms is what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you want to have gay daisy chains and gangbangs and ball gags and, chihuahuas, whatever you're doing, all right, squirrel fisting, whatever the hell it is that you freaks do, I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home. I don't care. But what the homosexual community is doing in America is trying to desensitize the entire community of this country into accepting sexually deviant behavior. All right, sexual deviant behavior. They want us to accept oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school. They want us to accept this toe-tapping nonsense. I think I said it on the last show, that I can't even go to a damn public bathroom anymore without, worrying about some toe-tapping ass clown wanting to chew on my Johnson in the next stall. I mean, I'm sitting here, maybe trying to take a dump over here, and these turd burglars, they're toe-tapping over here, wanting to chew on my meat bag. It's just disgusting, And you see, this is what the homosexual community is trying to do. They are not only trying to desensitize the social landscape of America by sitting here and, overemphasizing open sexuality, but they're also trying to demean and slap people of any type of faith in the face. That's why they are trying to utilize the terminology marriage when it comes to this contractual obligation that they want with monogamous gay relationships. They want to utilize the term marriage. Now, why? Because they want marriage to be completely nullified. I mean, they want to completely diminish the institution of marriage by sitting here and slapping people with faith in the face, saying, oh, I take it up the poop chute, or I dive on a few muffs, and I can still get married. And it's a disgrace. It really is a disgrace. Now, look, I think that homosexuals pay taxes. They pay a lot of taxes. They work very hard. And I find it funny that they're sitting here, falling hook, line, and sinker with this whole liberal garbage. It's only because that, liberal organizations like the ACLU will actually fight in court toe-tapping cases. That's the only reason why they're liberals. But what you need to do is you need to understand that you need to look out for your own interest, homosexuals. You need to look out for your own interest. Don't be some liberal because, oh, look, the liberals took away the don't ask, don't tell policy. Huh? I mean, the don't ask, don't tell policy. Instead of sitting here and trying to make this some sort of moral crusade or moral battle, all right, why don't you attempt to try to understand that maybe you should vote and maybe politicize yourself on your financial interest? All right? Why don't you politicize yourself on your financial interest and realize that, okay, maybe we won't call our little monogamous gay relationship marriage, but, maybe a state can acknowledge your little monogamous gay relationship under a contractual, legally binding agreement that doesn't need to be called marriage. So you can have all the tax benefits of a married couple, you can have all the inheritance benefits, the whole gambit, but you just don't call it marriage. And you see, you homosexuals, you don't want to do it, all right? You do not want to do it. You just want to sit here and you want to force in the face of people with faith that, oh, look at me, I'm taking it up my shit funnel, and I'm married. That's right. Give me a break. All right, and that's all I'm saying. I mean, let's not just call it marriage. Why don't you go out and vote on your financial interest? I mean, stop paying taxes. I mean, don't you gay people hate the breeders out here? These breeders, these octo-moms, these dumbass slutbag, dish rag whores that are out here shitting out about 8 or 9 kids from 8 or 9 different fathers. I mean, don't you homosexuals despise that? I mean, isn't that your terminology, breeders? Huh? Breeders. I mean, give me a break. And I don't understand why you homosexuals will sit here and actually attempt to pay taxes for these breeders, and yet you're not voting your own financial interest. Now, look, you know, what the homosexual community is trying to do, they're trying to jump history, you know. I mean, you know, history is a chain of events. You know, things eventually get better, you know. But they're trying to jump the gun. They're trying to act, you know, with all due respect, like feminists about it. You know? They're trying to act like feminists about it. But I am extending my hand, well, not my hand, well, my hand with a glove, let's put it that way. I'm extending my hand with a glove for about a second to the homosexual community and saying, look, what you need to do is start voting on your financial interests. Screw this liberal regime. Stop donating to the liberal regime. These people don't care. They are paying you lip service, and not the type of lip service you appreciate, you fruit bowls. They are paying you lip service, and they are just doing nothing but saying, oh, look, we're going to lift don't ask, don't tell. Oh, look, we're going to go ahead and add you to some makeshift discrimination bill. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So I am telling you to please vote your financial interest. And don't vote for Sarah Palin. I actually got conservatives. God! Oh! I actually got conservatives. You know, right when I thought that leftists were the only ones dominating the field of agitation, I had to see vote for Sarah Palin on my chat room. Vote for Sarah Palin? I mean, God damn it! Vote for Sarah Palin? Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something. If you're a true conservative, if you're a real conservative, if you're a real American patriot, don't vote for Sarah Palin. Don't even support this ignorant Dunsky. Don't even support this dumb broad. She's a dummy. She splintered the conservative movement. Don't you understand that? She has splintered the conservative movement to the point where you've got some people in the conservative movement believing that, oh, it's okay, teen pregnancy, no big deal. Every family goes through it. I mean, did you see the teen pregnancy coronation that was the Republican convention, this presidential election, for heaven's sake? I mean, did everybody see that? And, oh, look, it's because Sarah Palin, look at her. Oh, she looks so great, doesn't she? Oh, she doesn't know how to talk for crap. You know, she doesn't really know, too much about foreign politics, but, oh, she looks so great, doesn't she? Oh, good. Oh, my God, this is so great. I don't know nothing about nothing. I can't even fulfill my term as governor. But, oh, I can be president and change the world. I can change the world. I can't, keep my family, from, going out and philandering around on anything that looks good with a hockey stick and getting pregnant. But, oh, I can change the world. I can change the world. My name is Sarah Palin. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, this is the same broad that says, oh, I got foreign policy experience because I can see Russia from my back porch. Good God. And then you got Levi Johnson sitting over here. I mean, good Lord. I mean, let me tell you something. Palin's daughter really picked a winner, didn't she, huh? He's going out here posing for Playgirl, for heaven's sake. He's out here getting himself a new house, doing endorsement deals. I mean, no kidding. Levi Johnson for president, all right? You might as well put Levi Johnson in there for president if you're going to put Sarah Palin in there for president. You know, at least Levi Johnson is taking this and running with it. You know, at least the idiot knows that, hey, I'm a stupid bastard from Alaska. All I do is know how to hump a dead moose, and that's about it. Now that I've got this a little bit of spotlight on myself, I get to go out. I can pimp myself out on a few ads. I can, you know, maybe go out and, you know, possibly hobnob with the bigwigs out here, make a few dollars, and that's what he's doing. He's smart. He's making a few dollars. And I know that Sarah Palin's making a few dollars, but, oh, I just think it's so disgusting that Sarah Palin used the RNC and, you know, the whole debacle of her idiotness, all right? Because let me tell you, she is an idiot, all right? For all you morons that are supporting the Sarah Palin ticket, you're doing the conservative movement a disservice, and you're only going to elect the liberals back into office again. If you morons are going to go into this ridiculous next presidential election and actually putting this Eskimo bimbo on the ticket, you idiots are going to give back the White House back to the liberals. Back to the damn liberals. Unbelievable. And let me tell you, I do not like Sarah Palin. I think that all she needs to stick going out there with these $150,000 a pop speeches, and she needs to go out there with those $5 million signing bonus for book deals. She needs to take that and go buy those fancy clothes that the McCain campaign criticized her for so much. The McCain campaign said that they were like a damn flight of crap when it came to buying clothing from the big hot shops like Macy's and all the big wig brand name stores out here. I mean, give me a break. Anyway, we got about 20 minutes left, a little less than 20 minutes left here in the program. Give me a call, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here on the True Conservative Radio program. We're going to start taking callers right now. 248, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, wait, I'm almost
Yeah,
there.
you stupid loser. Shut up. I mean, did you hear that? This idiot's calling me on 8 different phones, for heaven's sake. He's sitting there on his fat ass on a desk saying, oh, which phone is it? Oh, I'm almost there. I mean, this is the type of energy these people are using, for heaven's sake. Good Lord. But, hey, it doesn't surprise me. This is the product of American society. I mean, we all heard the Cop Killer song last night. Do I have to repeat that? Remember this?
Cop killers, coke dealers, cash dogs, rather nag, it's the man of cop killers, coke dealers, take the copy, coke to cook the break the clean and plug them. Cop killers, coke dealers, cash dogs, rather nag, it's the man of cop killers, take the copy, coke to cook the break the clean and plug them.
Motherfucking pig cases, motherfucking cow cases. Why the hell the haters gotta be so afraid? Every killer cow kitchen now, bunch of fakes. What's a killer pig like I'm tying up my legs? Bloody in the streets like I'm ripping out some brakes. Diamond in the bag, I'm on the block selling crack. Drug rap, slick trying to make snaps and that's that. Click, clack, talking shit, get it up with the Mac. Cocaine in the brain, get it up for your chain. Ain't no time to explain cause the shit never changed. So I'm an ex grinding on the motherfucking hustle. Fuck boy, know y'all, cause the thrill from the struggle like a pig. Skeleton, cut the coke like butter. Tell it to your sister, cuz tell it to your mother. Say the wrong thing, get shot, motherfucker. If you don't got my money, I'll take everything from her.
Cop killers, coke dealers, cash dogs, rather nag, it's the man of cop killers, take the copy, coke to cook the break the clean and plug them. Cop killers, cash dogs, rather nag, it's the man of cop killers, take the copy, coke to cook the break the clean and plug them.
Cop killer, tank, still faggot, cops, Copperfield. Better channel, send putting style up to your grill. Sand rocks, bang gloves, man, pros for killing cops. Cold blocks, killing cops, this shit ain't never stop. Same gotta fit the clip in the grip, flip the switch. Don't trip, you know them haters always on that bullshit. Got you shook like a fucking 25 alive fit. Tryna stuff it in your bitch, tell it goes to little kids. Old niggas on the bridge, eating shit, selling fish. Selling crimes in the pig, tank killer slammed it. Turn around, get popped with the chop and a tick. Ain't no sugarcoat shit, killer tell it how it is. If I ain't got shit, I'ma bring it to your bitch. Gang bang your bitch and I kidnap your kids.
shut it off. Shut it off already. Good Lord. But is that what you folks want? You want to hear little entertainers like this, huh? Singing Cop Killer. I mean, and for all you folks that don't know about that infamous song, I actually purchased that on my holiday shopping in the mall. I actually saw this album being sold in one of these little CD kiosks, and this moron on the album actually has a bag of cocaine on the album. So, I mean, this was produced by an American, so I just had to, buy it. And lo and behold, this is what the American creative process is gearing itself towards. Cop killer, huh? I mean, do you understand? And then we wonder why Maurice Clemens and all these sick, twisted, demented crimes are happening here in this country when America's creative processes are going to cop killers. Huh? Cop killer. Isn't that great? Isn't that great, folks? Isn't that the great American way that you love now? Isn't this what you've learned to come to accept? I mean, did you hear how he, this dumbass, whatever rapper this is, was talking about selling coke to kids and killing cops and all this other crap? I mean, look, you got people in the chat room saying, "Hey, that's a great tune, Ghost. That's great." These are probably the same idiots, all right? The same morons that are out here collecting all the entitlements, right? They're collecting all the benefits, right? They're collecting the housing voucher programs. They're collecting everything, huh? That's right. They were the ones out there trading their cash for clunkers. And then when cash for clunkers stopped, they traded their cash for crap. They're the ones turning America into the new Junkyard America. Isn't that right there, Jay Ryder? Jay Ryder's one of the people that are out here making it Junkyard America. So let's go for it, boys. Junkyard America. Woo-ha! Welcome to the new Junkyard America. Come on down. Trade your cash for clunkers, baby. Come on down. Trade your cash for crap. Come on down. Welcome to the new Junkyard America, baby. Yee-haw! Come on down. Break it down, baby. Woo! I'm getting entitlements today, baby. Here we go. Anyway, and I got some idiot, named Days of Allah. Probably some immigrant saying, "Ghost, you're getting boring." I'm not trying to please you, you stupid, ungrateful jerk off. All right? I'm not trying to please you. I don't care. All right? I don't care if you like what I say or don't. I don't care. All right? I don't care. To be frank with you, Days of Allah, if you were to sit here and say that to me in my face and we were in a damn bar room, boy, I would shove my boot so far up your cheese hole that you'll be crapping out leather for the next 20 years of your life. So you're lucky that, we're not face-to-face, mano a mano. As a matter of fact, all you ass clowns that are sitting in here prank calling me, all you idiots that are in here criticizing me, spreading these YouTube videos and blogs and all this crap, let me tell you something right now. I would beat the living bejesus out of all of you bastards. All right? And I'm not trying to get violent here, but let me tell you, you're starting to piss me off, all right? You understand that there, you fart knockers? You're starting to piss me off. So don't sit here and give me this garbage, all right? Now, we got about 12 minutes left in the program. I'm looking at the switchboard. It's blowing up. And what's really unfortunate about it, it's the same, 12 or 13 jerk-offs that are probably all gathering around for some fruity little circle jerk to sweat into the oldies 10, all gathering around their little 12 laptops, giving me a call on Skype and all their other crap. I mean, give me a break. Give me a damn break. I'm making these people look like mental midgets, for heaven's sake. That's why they're calling me up and agitating me. I'm making these people look like ridiculous, low leprechauns nutsacks right after a hernia surgery. Give me a break. 111, you're on the air. Hello? Well, nobody there. How about 1111? How about you?
Hey, Ghost, I'm really happy that we share the same...
Shut up, you stupid fruit bowl. All right, I know you're sitting there, you're probably whacking off to naked pictures of Ricky Martin's anal passage, and you think that you're such a great thing to society because, oh, look at me. I just learned I like my prostate massaged from the inside. Oh, great. All right, let's keep going here. 513, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Ghost. I'd like to say, first of all, I'm a libertarian, and I like to see all ends of this political spectrum, you know?
That's not what libertarianism is about.
Okay, I like to take some from libertarianism. Well, first of all, I just like...
You don't know your ass from your elbow. Anyway, just sit there and go look in your cabinet and go look for something that has 100% fat in it, gobble it down, and make sure you do that on a consistent basis for the next 20 years so you can lighten the freeway pass, if you will. 812, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, what's up?
What's going on?
Not much. I heard that earlier you were talking about how passionate you were about conservatism, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm never going to give you up. I'm never going to let you down. Never going to run.
Everybody hearing this crap?
Desert you.
All right. Next caller, 325, you're on the air.
Hey, I got a problem. See, you're calling us out, but why don't you fucking do something to me? I'll fucking find you, and we'll fucking go if you want to go. But if you want this to stop, you're going to listen.
Are you kidding me? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me over the air here?
No.
Are you threatening me over the air, you little pipsqueak?
No,
Let me tell you something. If I saw you, I'd beat the living crap out of you, you dumb bastard.
Dead people, dude.
I would beat the living Jesus out of you, boy.
You think? You don't even know who the fuck I am or where the fuck...
I don't care. I don't care. I'll take you, and if you happen to belong to a gang, you can bring them along, too. I'll kick their asses.
Would you like to talk to my homes?
Your homes?
I'm just fucking with you, dude. No, but seriously, you're like calling a bunch of people out that you really don't know shit about. Like, you don't even know why we do it. Do you know why we do it?
What are you talking about, you stupid fruit bowl?
Oh, now I'm a fruit bowl. See, actually, I'm not gay at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Give me a break.
And you're the one saying I have no balls. Like, you've been fucking,
right.
like,
we can hear the lack of bass in your voice right now.
Like, you're the one having, like, this whole emotional breakdown about the country.
You're damn right, because my country is being flushed down the toilet by little fruit asses like you. You pink teeth playing jerk off.
What do you think we should do about it? Why should we concern ourselves with Iran? What does it matter?
Well, first of all, because this country doesn't give a crap about freedom anymore, and Iran, the Iranian people, they want freedom. They want the things that America has taken for granted, and America's trading in for communism, you fruit bowl.
Okay, but you got to think about it this way. We're not giving up anything. It's like we've already got the freedom. Yeah, it's cool. So what else are we going to fight for?
You're giving. Do you understand that you're not going to have it for very long? I mean, do you keep up to date with what's going on here, or are you just one of these idiots that are like, oh, Maui wowie, man? Is that you?
I think you go off, and you were dissing technology.
Shut up.
What are you talking
about? Shut up. All right, just sit there, shut up, and, go buy your boyfriend some, pretty pink panties so you can sit there and masturbate yourself to death, you fruity-ass little glory hole serving, San Francisco bathhouse patronizing, pink team playing fruit bowl. Don't sit here and try to threaten me over the damn telephone. I'd beat the living Jesus out of your ass, and don't threaten me again. Anybody out here that calls me and tries to threaten me, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. I'll tell you that right now. You don't know what the hell you're getting yourself into, you piece of nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking, chicken eating corn boy trash. 215, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I wanted to say that I'm not a liberal and not a conservative. I'm somewhere in between. I have to agree with you. We voted for a liberal. They said they were going to return Don't Ask, Don't Tell. They said they were going to do this and that. And, well, they kind of backstabbed us on that. I'm bisexual.
Okay. That's great. I mean, hey, look, I want you to know that I am not against what you do in your bedroom. I'm against the agenda that's being implemented by the group representing you that's implementing out here in America. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I really don't care if you call it marriage. I couldn't care less whether you want to call it. I want to be able to go into the ER room when my mate or spouse, whatever you want to call it, is in the hospital. I want a tax cut. I want everything else because I pay my taxes, because I work, because I do everything else. I'm a red-blooded American. I was born here. My mother was born here. My grandmother was born here. I think that they say this is a free country. I think we should be able to have that. It doesn't affect other people.
I agree. I think you should have it too. I just don't think you should call it marriage. That's all.
The thing
that's all it comes down to.
I'm willing to call it something else. But at the end of the day, say it did end up being called marriage, and I think, honestly, the way things are going, as our generation takes over, eventually they're going to have gay marriage. I think that's inevitable. I think the only thing that people can do, the people that are against it, is slow it down.
Well, no, what I'm saying is it's not going to be marriage, and it shouldn't be, because the institution of marriage is already being threatened by these heterosexual breeders that don't seem to practice in these rights like Roe v. Wade and birth control and condoms. They don't practice this type of crap, so inevitably they're shitting out these children, and hard-working taxpayers like myself, and if you happen to work like yourself and not collecting an entitlement, by the way, you have to bear the burden of these stupid morons. And what I'm saying is that the homosexuals are taking more taxes out of their checks to help these stupid losers, and which they, in my opinion, should, instead of working around the schematics, they need to get to the crux of their debate. I understand they want, freedom to go into hospitals if their mate is sick, if they want to have an inheritance without having some dramatic tax, have it just like if they were a spouse, that sort of thing. I'm all for that. What I am against are these homosexual parades that are being constituted as freedom of speech, which are, these disgusting, vile, sexual deviant acts, oral copulation, bondage mask. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. And and the homosexual community backs this up. Instead of the intelligentsia of the intellectual community getting up and say, this is not us, we want rights, we just want to be secular, tax-paying American citizens that participate in the economic process, then everything would be all right, I think. But that's not what the gay agenda is about.
All I need to say, that first off, there's a saying that I've heard a billion times, that is, the crazier the party always wins. The extremists, the people that always show, we need to kill gays, and the gays that say we need to, be having sex on the streets will always get the attention. But, you say don't vote with the liberals, but you look at a lot of the other Republicans that go on CNN and go on all these talk shows and all this other stuff where they say, it's a sin, and they talk about religion. They talk about
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative, and I'm not. I understand that I got to separate my spheres of consciousness from the rule of law and my sphere of consciousness of spirituality. And let me tell you, as far as this reality is concerned, I am going to abide by the rule of law, and as long as the homosexual community understands that they need to stop, pussyfooting around with the schematics and start realizing that they should, vote their financial interest instead of being fooled and bamboozled by these liberals, well, maybe, just maybe, the homosexual community wouldn't feel so oppressed and so taxed and so belittled. But no, I'm not justifying the extremism, all right? If you think toe tapping is a form of extremism, I call it a form of perversion. All right? If you think, chewing on somebody's Johnson through a glory hole, made by some, rodent that chewed through the shit stall, I think it's disgusting. I think all it does is it corrodes the moral integrity of America, and not only does it corrode the moral integrity of America, but it destroys the social institutions and the fabric of this society. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before you go, please click on the sponsors. Anyone who sponsors the True Conservative blog or the official True Conservative radio site, please click on those sponsors, folks. blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the official website of the broadcast. And once again, folks, the blog. Go out and comment on everything that I put out. Comment on the blog, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. That's ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. And, of course, folks, these broadcasts that I do are sporadic. They're random. So if you want to be here with the live broadcast, with the several hundred people that are in here listening in the chat room, please add to your, or follow me on Twitter, rather. That's it. Follow me on Twitter. Ghost Politics is the name. No underscores, no spaces, Ghost Politics. Follow me on Twitter, folks. Anyway, folks, I don't know when I'm going to do another broadcast. I might do one tomorrow, same place, same time, but you got to keep up to date with me. Do not forget to click on those sponsors, folks. It's just a freaking click, for heaven's sake. And on top of which, please comment. Please leave me voice messages. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. So please go out there and spread the word about the True Conservative Radio program. Tell your friends, your family, your aunts, your uncles, your dog. Tell everybody, come down here and listen to some True Conservative commentary. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. Long live the True Conservative movement, and death to feminism.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.